Welcome to day 4 of our Restorative Yoga Challenge. We hope you've been enjoying the practices so far. And if you missed any of the 3 previous leading up to this, look to our YouTube channels, Play Tennis, Practice Yoga, and OnCourt OffCourt to check those out. And we'd love to know what you think after practicing these poses. Feel free to share with us by commenting or sharing your experience with us via Instagram. We're even doing a contest this week with giveaways for those who enter by sharing their practice with us. So today we're going to practice one of my favorite restorative yoga postures, legs up the wall pose. And today we'll modify that by using the tennis fence. And I'll give you some options for your practice based on how this feels for you. So all you need is your mat and perhaps a firm blanket or two, and you'll see how to use them in just a moment. All right, so let me show you how to practice this legs up the wall or legs up the tennis fence pose. Today I'm using the foldable yoga mat folded all the way up. If you didn't have this mat, you could use a couple of firm pillows at home or maybe some stacked blankets on top of one another. So the hardest part of the pose is getting into the pose. So I'm going to show you how to get in, and I'm also going to give you another option if you find that this propping beneath your hips just doesn't work for you. It also kind of depends on how tight you are throughout the backs of the legs or the hamstrings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit sideways to my wall support, and I'm also going to sit on this support, and I'm going to slowly swing my legs up the wall while I lower my torso down. So the first few moments are for adjusting that support beneath the hips, just like we felt in the supported bridge pose if you were with us on day 2 of our challenge. And so as you can see, I have my propping beneath my hips. You'll know that you have it too close to the support if you feel like a lot of weight, or too close to the wall rather, a lot of weight through the backs of the shoulders. You could always press into your wall, lift up and adjust. So this would be a way of practicing the pose and opening the arms. So passive stretch for the backs of the legs. We also get that nice opening through the belly, through the chest. But if you found that this just didn't work for you, you couldn't get a feel for it. In fact, when I first started practicing legs up the wall pose, I did it without the support. Press into your wall, remove the propping, and see if you can practice that same pose. Now, it's going to depend on how much tension you have in the backs of the legs. So if I have more tension, I want to be away from my wall. I'm not going to be exactly all the way up against it. And you want that. Otherwise, your legs are going to be shaken and you're not going to be able to relax into the pose. If you have a little more openness, then yeah, you do want to go ahead and get all the way up against that wall. And you're going to keep some gentle awareness in the legs. So what I mean by that, I'm gently flexing the feet a little bit so that my legs stay awake, so to speak. And then I'm going to open those palms. If I feel my head spilling backward, I could add the support of a blanket beneath my head. And again, you're going to stay here for about 2, maybe 10 minutes. You get to choose. Really letting go into the lower back, relaxing and towards the mat. So really nice for the lower back. Really great passive stretch for the backs of the legs. Again, an area where we tend to hold a lot of tension as tennis players. Great way to get a stretch after practice. This is ideal for after practice, as many of these restorative poses are. And then when you're done, you'll bend the knees. You'll bring the feet to your wall. You'll slowly roll over to your side. And again, don't rush, because it could be that you feel a little lightheaded when you come out. So take a little time seated. So hope that that worked for you in your practice. Hope that that felt nice. Let us know. And keep up with our challenge. We've got one more day to go, day 5 coming up. So check in with us on our YouTube channels, Play Tennis, Practice Yoga, and OnCourt OffCourt for that practice. And we'll see you then.